Hello, Ed Mercer from Mercer Photography. This video tutorial on travel photography, I just want to show you some of the things that you want to bring along, prepare yourself for when you go on a trip and things that you need to have. So let's get right into it and start. Obviously, the first thing you're going to need is a camera. And we're going to start out right here. You see a Canon S3. This is a point-and-shoot camera that's kind of an all-inclusive thing. It does everything for you. Okay, it has, a zoom lens. It goes from wide angle to telephoto. You can also shoot video with it, and it's a small package that will do a lot for you. And if you're just looking for snapshots or mid-range type creative shots, this is a great camera for you. And it packs easy. You don't need a lot of room for it. So let's look at the next type of camera for more serious photographers, which would be an SLR camera, okay? And this one happens to be a Nikon. It's a little D40 Nikon, but, I'm just showing Nikon and Canon in the first one. There's Olympus, there's all kinds of different cameras, and they all do a good job. But they all are basically set up the way that I'm going to explain them to you. Okay, so this is an SLR camera that has interchangeable lenses and has pretty good resolution. I think it's 10 megapixels, so it'll do most of the things that you want to do. So let's see what you want to bring along if you decide to go this route with the SLR camera. All right, let's go over here to our right because I'll forget things. Let's see, one of the most important things you want to have is you want to make sure that you have storage cards for your cameras, and you want to bring a bunch of them because they're fairly inexpensive. The better prices are definitely here at a Costco or Sam's or your local camera store instead of over in France or China or something like that. You never know what you're getting, so you want to get them. I like using the 2 gig cards, but they go all the way up to 8 gigs, and I don't know, probably down to 512 for smaller ones. So get the proper ones that you need, and get I like to have about 5 of them with me, but it depends how many photographs you want to take. But 5 2 gig cards is going to give you probably more than you'll ever be able to shoot unless you're really a real shutterbug. Then get yourself more. They're inexpensive. They're only like, between $20 to $40 a piece, depending on where you buy them. So make sure you have plenty of storage cards. Okay, the next thing you want to cover yourself for is you want to have your power sources. Okay, and this is different types of battery depending on what type of camera that you use. Now here I got AAA, I have AA, I have rechargeable AA's, I have battery packs that go into the chargers here. Depending on the type of camera you have, you just want to make sure that you have plenty of power to go with you. My suggestion was, if you can have a rechargeable power pack. Okay, here's the Nikon power pack right back here, one of the batteries that goes with it. Try and have a couple of those batteries so one can be recharging while you're shooting with the other one. Okay, same thing with your rechargeables. Get yourself a rechargeable and a set of batteries. Get an extra set so that if you're shooting with one, the other ones can recharge and you always have them. Otherwise, if you opt to just keep buying them, then you have get fairly expensive. They burn out pretty quickly, but just make sure you have enough batteries if you decide to just buy them as regular alkalines. Okay, and also if you look at this area right here, this is if you travel to Europe or different countries in the world, they don't all necessarily have the plug like we have here. So make sure you do a Google search and find out what type of power source you might need. You might need an adapter that you would plug in over here so that you can power your power sources when you get there. All right, so now you got your cameras, you got your storage, you got batteries to keep them going. I think that if you buy a couple of zoom lenses, and again, we're going to go with the Nikon because that's what I have here. The first lens you'd want to have would be an 18 to 70 millimeter lens, okay, which is a fairly small wide angle to a small telephoto, but it's probably the one you use most of the time to do your building shots, your landscape shots, even the pictures that you do of people and things like that. So this will be your most popular lens. This will be the one that you use most of the time, and so that'll be on the camera, probably around your neck as you're going around in touring all the cities and the places that you're going. Okay, the other lens that I like to have when I go is this one here. And again, like I said, these are Nikons, but Canon has them, Olympus has them, Sony has them, you name it, they all have them. Okay, so this one's a 70 to 300, okay, and this is pretty strong telephoto lens, and if you're on a cruise ship or something, you're trying to get pictures from a distance, these are wonderful to have. Plus, there's just some wonderful things that you can do with a telephoto lens anyways, a strong telephoto lens. And I'm going to show you samples of that after. Right now I'm just showing equipment, but I will be showing, you know, different things that you can take from, you know, of the same subject, but what it looks like with a wide angle, and some of the different effects that you can get with a telephoto also. So, all right, okay, and the next thing we want to make sure that we have is a more powerful flash. Now, most of the cameras, they all have, like the two cameras I showed you earlier, they also have a built-in flash right on top of the camera, so you can definitely use those. But if you need a little more oomph sometimes, you know, bring whatever brand flash that you want. Make sure you know how to use it, and then, you know, you'll have it. Make sure you bring any cords that you need. And again, this is another piece of equipment that uses batteries, so you want to make sure you have the extra batteries for that also. Okay, now let's take a look here. And for people that are a little more advanced, if you don't trust your in-camera metering, I always like to have a light meter / flash meter with me. Okay, so if I get something that I really want, that's really critical, and I need the proper exposure with, I want to have a flash meter. And in the tutorials on photography and Photoshop, I show you how to use this. So or whatever particular one you want. They're all basically the same. They're not that difficult to understand or to use. So that's another piece of equipment that I like to have with you. Now also, another thing that's a nice thing to have when you go away is a little small tripod. Okay, it's tough to bring a full-size tripod because it's going to take up a lot of room, and you want to try and keep everything compact. And I'm going to show you how to do that and what you want to pack it in a minute. But this little tripod has your little screw thing on the bottom here that you can attach your camera to, and it actually extends out a little bit, but usually you can put this on a wall or something else to get your night shots or your time exposure shots that you need to do time exposures for. So that's another little thing that you're going to want. All right, let's take a look now. We also let's get our little bags here. Now, if you opt to just have your little small camera like I showed in the beginning, then all you need is a little small camera bag like this. Okay, that will hold your camera. It will. Well, let's show you what it'll do here. That's just what the bag looks like. I mean, you know, obviously, again, there's all kinds of different bags and things like that. But let's see. All right, so this is that little small camera bag. There's the Canon S3. Here's some extra batteries. There's some pouches in the front here to put your flash cards into or anything else that you want. And it doesn't take up a lot of room. It's not that heavy. So if you just, you know, travel light to get pictures, this is a great way of doing things. All right, now if you want to get more involved like I do, or if you're a serious photographer and you want to have a lot of equipment with you, all right, then you're going to, my suggestion to you is to go for a backpack like this here. Okay, this backpack here takes all kinds of different things. And when you're traveling, it's nice to just, you know, put it on your back and instead of trying to lug it around on the side. I love it. It's great for traveling, and it holds all kinds of things. If you look right out here, this is where I keep all of my flash cards. Okay, and inside of here I keep any manuals that I need, all those types of things. Let's take a look at what it looks like with all the equipment inside of it, so you can see that all the things I showed you, you can fit these things into. So here we are again. I show you here's some extra cards that I keep up here, and a good suggestion is if you have little plastic holders for them, keep them in there to protect them so they don't get bounced around and damaged or wet or whatever. But anyway, here's your backpack. Okay, here's the camera. It has the 18 to 70 millimeter lens on it. Here's the 70 to 300. Here's the little tripod in the front. Here are the batteries. Here's the flash that goes right in here. Okay, and then it has compartments if you want to put some other things in here. Now, it'll get a little heavy if you're bringing all of these things, but if you carry it in your back, it works out pretty good. So those are all my suggestions and things that you would want to bring with you when you go traveling, and you shouldn't have any trouble going through the airport or customs or anything like that. They may want to look at it and open it up, but like I say, I've never had trouble, and I travel frequently. So those are the bits of equipment. I'll be making another video tutorial for you soon, showing you what you can do with these lenses, and, you know, some of the different angles and different galleries of places that I've been, so you get some ideas of some of the things you might want to do when you light, and where you want to light them from, and what type of composition and that type of thing. All right, so that's it for this tutorial. I'll talk to you in the next one.